Welcome to Baby's Boo World, your cozy corner of calm bedtime stories. Parents snuggle in with your little one and enjoy this peaceful read aloud.
Emma meets a magical tree. Emma was a quiet young woman who loved nature more than crowded cities. She lived in a small village near a dark forest called Whispering Woods. People in the village feared the forest because strange sounds came from it at night. Some villagers said the trees could speak. Others believed something magical lived deep inside. Emma never believed those stories. One cold evening, heavy rain covered the village. Emma sat near her window reading an old book she had found in her grandmother's attic. Inside the book, she discovered a faded map with strange words written on it. When the silver moon shines bright, the magical tree will wake tonight. Emma felt curious. The map pointed toward the center of Whispering Woods. At first, she tried to ignore it, but the mystery stayed in her mind all night long. Finally, the next evening, she decided to follow the map. The forest looked darker than usual. Tall trees moved gently in the wind, making soft whispering sounds. Emma held her lantern tightly and walked carefully along the narrow path. After nearly an hour, she noticed something strange. The air suddenly became warm. Tiny glowing lights floated around her like fireflies. The forest grew silent. Even the wind stopped blowing. Then, Emma saw it. A giant silver tree stood in the middle of a clearing. Its leaves shimmered like moonlight, and glowing blue symbols covered its trunk. The tree looked alive. Emma slowly stepped closer. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet trembled. A deep voice echoed through the forest. "Who has entered the circle of secrets?" Emma gasped and looked around, but nobody was there. I'm Emma," she whispered nervously. The glowing tree moved slightly. Its branches twisted gently like giant arms. "You carry the mark," the tree said. Emma's heart raced. "What mark?" A glowing light appeared on her wrist. She stared in shock as a silver symbol slowly appeared on her skin. The same symbol was carved into the magical tree. Emma stepped back in fear. "What is happening?" she asked. The tree remained silent for a moment before speaking again. "Long ago, your family protected the hidden magic of this forest. But darkness is returning." A cold wind rushed through the clearing. The glowing lights disappeared instantly. Emma suddenly heard footsteps behind her. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Someone was walking through the forest. Emma quickly turned around, but she saw only darkness between the trees. Then two glowing red eyes appeared. Emma froze. A tall shadow slowly stepped forward. It looked almost human, but its face was hidden beneath a black hood. "The guardian has finally awakened," the shadow said in a low voice. Emma's hands trembled. "Who are you?" The figure smiled coldly. "I have waited many years for this moment." The magical tree's branches shook violently. "Leave this place," the tree thundered. But the shadow only laughed. "You cannot stop me anymore." Suddenly, black smoke spread across the ground like crawling snakes. The forest became darker and colder. Emma backed away in fear. The tree lowered one glowing branch beside her. "You must run," it warned. "But what about you?" Emma cried. "The forest depends on you now."
Please.
Before Emma could ask another question, the shadow
let it end
raised its
like
hand. Dark energy shot toward the tree. Boom! The silver leaves exploded into glowing sparks. Emma screamed and ran deep into the forest. Behind her, she heard the tree roaring and branches crashing. The mysterious figure chased after her, slowly, almost enjoying the fear. Emma's lantern flickered wildly. The map suddenly glowed inside her pocket. She quickly opened it while running. A new message appeared on the paper. Emma stopped running when she saw the glowing message on the map. The guardian's power lives within you. Return to the tree before the last light fades. Her heart pounded loudly. The mysterious symbol on her wrist began glowing brighter than ever before. For a moment, Emma wanted to keep running. She was frightened and exhausted. But then she remembered the magical tree's words. The forest depends on you now. Emma took a deep breath. Fear slowly disappeared from her face and determination took its place. She turned around and ran back toward the clearing. As she reached the open space, she saw the shadow figure standing between her and the magical silver tree. Black smoke covered the ground like a dark river. The tree's light was fading rapidly. The shadow figure laughed. You should have escaped while you had the chance. Emma looked down at the glowing symbol on her wrist. Suddenly she understood. The symbol was not a curse, it was a gift. It was the ancient power of her family. Emma raised her wrist toward the shadow figure. At once, brilliant silver energy burst from the symbol. The forest shook. The shadow figure stepped back in surprise. A powerful beam of silver light shot from Emma's wrist and connected directly to the magical silver tree. The glowing blue symbols on the tree began shining brighter and brighter. Ancient magic awakened throughout Whispering Woods. The tree stretched its glowing branches high into the sky. Silver light spread across the forest like a rising sun. The shadow figure screamed with anger and unleashed waves of dark energy. But every attack was pushed back by the growing silver light. The magical tree and Emma now shared the same power. Together, they stood against the darkness. Then came the final battle. A massive explosion of silver magic and dark energy collided in the center of the clearing. The sky flashed white, the ground trembled. Every tree in the forest glowed brightly. For a moment, everything became silent. Then the darkness began to break apart. The black smoke dissolved into thousands of sparkling particles. The battle was over. Slowly, peace returned to Whispering Woods. The magical silver tree stood tall once again. Its beautiful silver leaves returned to the branches. Soft moonlight covered the clearing. The forest felt alive and peaceful.
If you like this story, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Baby's Boo World. See you in the next story. Bye bye.